Hey, this is Doug Staneart with Fearless Presentations, and welcome to fearlesspresentations.com. One of the best ways to kind of tell you what we do at Fearless Presentations is just for me to kind of tell you how I got into the industry. I didn't set out to be a public speaker. I didn't set out to be a trainer. I didn't set out to be a motivational speaker, but I've done all of those things in my career. And the way that I got into the industry was that I was terrified to speak in front of a group. In fact, I'll give you a quick example. When I first started in the business world, I pretty much had my career set. I had an internship working for a big Fortune 500 company, and in that summer internship, I did some really cool stuff. I worked for Atlantic Richfield, which at the time I think was like Fortune 3 on the top, on the Fortune 500 list. And in that summer that I worked for them, I did some really cool things for a 20-year-old kid. In fact, I sold a gas plant. I don't know if many people at the age of 20 is able to say that they did something like that. But at the end of the summer, I had to go into Dallas to give a presentation to not only my boss, but my boss's boss and some of the corporate vice presidents that had flown in. And I didn't feel terribly uncomfortable for the weeks leading up to the presentation, but as I got to like 2 days before, 1 day before, the day before, I started getting more and more and more nervous, and that nervousness really came to a huge culmination when I walked into the room, and I was the only person in the entire room that wasn't wearing a jacket. And the reason why I wasn't wearing a jacket is because at the time I didn't even own a jacket. I had a shirt and tie on, but I was the only one that wasn't wearing a suit, and so I was feeling a little uncomfortable anyway. And when I got up to give my presentation, I had prepared 15 minutes of speech. I had practiced it over and over and over again. So I had this down to an exact 15-minute delivery. But when I get nervous, I talk really fast. I talk really fast anyway, but when I get nervous, I talk really, really, really fast. And I ended up giving that entire 15-minute presentation in about 3.5 minutes. And it was such an abrupt stop. Basically, I just kind of got to the last part of the presentation. I just kind of stopped and sat down. And it was so abrupt that nobody kind of in the room realized that I was done. It was such a short presentation with such an abrupt ending that it was just dead silence around the table. And the woman who was in charge of the intern program kind of stood up at that point and she said, "Well, I guess we can take a break." And so we did. And during that entire break, I'm just sitting there just humiliated, thinking, how in the world did I screw this up so bad? And I got mad, I got angry. I just realized that, hey, if this happened once, this was likely to happen again. And for the next 2, 3, 4 years or so, I tried to avoid public speaking as much as possible. Anytime there was an opportunity to speak, I was diverting, I was pawning that off on somebody else. And it wasn't until I actually got a good coach. I found a woman who was an excellent public speaking coach, and I went through one of her training programs, and it changed my life. Basically, I went from, being an employee at a company to owning my own company and making, a pretty considerable amount of money just by following the things that she kind of taught me. So it worked so well. I went back to her a couple of years after that process and said, "Hey, this stuff really works. I mean, this has really kind of changed my life." And I studied with her for a good 2-3 years to really kind of uncover some of those secrets. And basically what we've done with the Leaders Institute is we've built on some of those secrets that she taught me and helped kind of create some of the biggest, most powerful things that you can do to become a better public speaker. Now, one of the things I've learned over the last 20 years doing this is that just about everything you've ever learned about public speaking is wrong. Basically, if you do the exact opposite of what most so-called experts tell you, you will actually be doing pretty well in front of a group. And so what we've done is in the Fearless Presentations training program, on all of the pages of our blog, we've kind of identified what those real secrets of public speaking are and have our customers, our clients really focus on those things. And it saves a tremendous amount of time. It really, really helps people conquer the fear of public speaking in just a short period of time. And we look forward to working with you. What I would encourage you to do is, if you haven't already done so, call our 800 number, talk with one of our instructors. They can help you move through the process and find out what the actual challenges are that you're dealing with and help you solve those challenges in a very, very short period of time. And if you're still not sure whether Fearless Presentations is right for you, keep scrolling down the page. We've got some more videos and some more information that might help you determine whether or not this is a good fit for you.